So this I thought I shared before lots of information. Afflictive emotion is the arhats already purified. Arhats, Pachika Buddhas purified that. They still have cognitive obscurations. And many Bodhisattvas also already purify afflictive emotions, but the Bodhisattva also has cognitive obscurations too. Some Bodhisattva also have afflictive emotion and cognitive obscuration both. But depending levels, some Bodhisattva already purify afflictive obscuration, but they still have cognitive obscurations. Example, like first Pimi Bodhisattva has afflictive obscuration, subtle level until 7th permit. When they reach the 8th permit, they already purify all subtle level afflictive obscurations. Then 8th permit, 9th, 10th level permit has cognitive obscurations. Then when you become Buddha, then purify these two obscurations, naturally purify into themselves, and the intrinsic qualities and attributes of the two omniscience. So then purify two obscurations, naturally then arise quality and attributes of the two omniscience. So Buddha has two omniscience, which have been inherently present from the very start, become manifestly evident. So the Buddha purified two obscurations, then naturally the become Buddha has arise this true wisdom arise. So true wisdom is omniscient, recognize absolute truth, and omniscient recognize relative truth, like kind of like two different levels omniscience. I don't remember each name how to like exactly say, but there's two omniscience. One omniscient understand all absolute truth. Other omniscient recognize all cause and effect, karma cause and effect. So the Buddha has two wisdoms. Just as when the gather cloud cover colors from the sky, the star and the planets naturally shine forth. So this clouds go away, then naturally star and the planets naturally shines. Same thing, these two obscurations go away, then Buddha naturally arise through omniscience. As expressed above, the pro-modern nature of man is empty. So now talking about this Buddha nature, what means Buddha nature? The Buddha nature means empty. Mind is empty, it's called Buddha nature. Essence of clear light. Not only empty, not is nothingness, it's clear light. Essence of clear light. Ma is in a nature, it itself is a Dharmakaya. So that is called Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya is our mind, nature is empty, is clear light, is inseparable. So that is called Dharmakaya. Is that Dharmakaya, and the meaning of Dharmakaya is that pro-modern knowing. So what means Dharmakaya is called pro-modern knowing? The union of luminosity and emptiness. Luminosity and emptiness is inseparable, it's called Dharmakaya. There is no other than this momentary thought. So then where is the Dharmakaya talking about? What is Buddha nature? It's called momentary thought, means our just momentary that mind is called Buddha nature. So we cannot find any other than that. Just know what we have a momentary thought. The mind is Buddha nature. So that's the reason it's a momentary thought. Momentary thought is just present moment mind that if recognize is called Dhammakaya. If we don't recognize, it is just called consciousness, mind. There's no such pro-modal knowing. So we cannot find any other than that, pro-modal knowing. No luminosity, emptiness. So we cannot find any other than that, Dhammakaya. No luminosity, emptiness to be found anywhere outside of all other than this momentary thought itself. So that means Buddha is our mind. So we cannot find any other than that Buddha. So Buddha is not somewhere outside. The Buddha means like actually our mind, the which mind is just momentary thought itself. Wisdom, or rather Dhammakaya, is not apart from this. So Dhammakaya also not something different than this, nothing. The Dhammakaya is not apart from this. From the vantage point of mind's nature, we are Buddhas, not sentient beings. If you look to your own mind, the mind nature is Buddha, not actually sentient beings. So that's the reason from the vantage point of mind's nature, we are Buddha, not sentient beings. If we really look into our mind, then mind is a Buddha, not sentient beings. However, not recognizing that, because we don't recognize that momentary thought itself, we don't recognize is Buddha. If we don't recognize it is Buddha, then just we are regular sentient beings. If we realize that, and then we are Buddha, so Buddha means no any other than that. So that's the reason, however, not recognize that we have always been Buddha with sentient beings, meaninglessly experience the suffering of samsara. So long as we don't recognize this nature, then we are meaninglessly suffering in samsara, countless. You know, samsara means like cyclic existence. We are suffering again and again, never end suffering. So that the reason is we have a Buddha nature. We didn't recognize that nature is a Buddha. Experience the suffering of samsara. The reason is mind nature is Buddha. We don't recognize. Then mind has emotions, thoughts, self. So that brings these sufferings, samsara. So for example, this is an example. Water can freeze and take all sorts of shapes and forms. So water can be freezed because due to the weather. Weather conditions are really cold, then water can be freeze. There's no choice. And it can take all sorts of shapes and forms. Then water has become ice. So they have many different kinds then shapes and forms. Not always the same, right? It's kind of different kind of shapes and forms. But in essence, there is nothing in any of those ice sculptures apart from water. So doesn't matter this ice has different kind of shapes and forms. but there all ice is essence is water, not any other than that. So you see the many different kind of ice, they're all essence is water. You cannot see any other than water because cannot make the shape and the form cannot make different essence. They're all essence is water. Scriptures apart from water. In the same way, so that's an example, same way, no matter how many different appearances arise in the outer world, so it doesn't matter like which kind of form we have, and the human being, we have so many different kind of like races and different colors, different size, and then also many different kind of animals, many diversity beings. So that's all, no matter how many different appearances arise in the outer world. In the essence, they are nothing other than the nature of mind. So inner quality, all beings are same. The same example is like all these eyes, so essence is water. Doesn't matter which kind of form and the shapes. Its essence is water. Same thing, all different kind of sentient beings. The essence is Buddha nature. They all have same nature. Essence is Buddha nature. No matter how many different appearances arise in the outer world, in essence, they are nothing other than the nature of mind. However, referring again to the eyes example, so due to temporary condition of temperature, water and ice appear to be totally separate entities. See, the temperature condition create water and ice is totally separate. Same thing, all sentient beings have same nature, but temporary condition, emotions create different forms, different beings. Yeah? Make sense or no? So this part area is like not hard to understand, just very simple. And these examples, just very easy, right? The root takes just clouds, sky, stars, same thing, our mind, thoughts, emotions, So example follow like that. This one is follow the water and ice, and then our mind and recognize or not recognize. However, referring again to the ice example, due to temporary condition of temperature, water and ice appear to be totally separate entities. In the same way, due to karma and the negative emotions, that is because of self-grasping, the confused perception of dualistic appearance of samsara come to be. Although there are all kinds of conditions that lead to water freezing, ice has never been devoid of the nature of water. So condition create water is ice, but this ice has never been devoid of nature of water. So this is a very good example. Same thing, like we can be reborn many different kinds of beings, but never separate from our nature. Always nature is there. We never lost our nature. Doesn't matter where we are reborn. We can reborn to the harems, we can reborn to the hungry gods, we can reborn to the animal realms, human beings, jealous gods, gods realms, sex realms. So wherever we reborn within these six realms, our nature is never lost, always there. Never be devoid of the nature of water. Same thing, never devoid of our nature, Buddha nature. Similarly, no matter how many different kinds of sufferings we experience in the world of samsara, The nature of our minds has never changed. So never changed. Has never been anything other than the essence of promoter awareness, the Dharmakaya. So never changed, never lost, always there. Dharmakaya is always there. Thus sentient beings are provided by emptiness, the Dharmakaya. So all these sentient beings has a Buddha nature, Dharmakaya. The suchness nature of a Buddha is no better, no different than the suchness nature of sentient beings. For the suchness nature is inseparable. So here is the main point. Three reasons we all sentient beings has Buddha nature. So first one is the sentient beings are provided by emptiness Dharmakaya. That is the first reason sentient beings or sentient beings has Buddha nature. So Dharmakaya is provides these all sentient beings. The suchness nature of Buddha is not. Second reason is the suchness nature of Buddha is no better, no different. Means like this sentient beings has different kind of forms, bodies, different dispositions, but this nature is nothing different, always the same. Even you are Bodhisattva, your nature is no better than regular beings. You are Buddha, but your nature is no better than regular beings. We are regular beings, our nature is no worse than Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all same. So that means the suchness nature of Buddha is no better, no different than the suchness nature of sentient beings. For the suchness nature is inseparable. So that means nature is always the same. So that is the second reason. The beings who are born in samsara are still in the family of Buddha. So that is the third reason. Third reason is all sentient beings has a Buddha family. Samsara are still in the family means beings who are born in samsara are still in the family of Buddha. So still have a Buddha nature. The Dharmakaya is there as the grown part, the fruit present in everyone. So now here is talking about three different reasons we have a Buddha nature. So reason is three different aspects. First reason is all sentient beings has Buddha nature. The Dharmakaya is pervasive all sentient beings. Second reason is so we all sentient beings has a Buddha nature. The reason is our nature, Buddha's nature is same nature, inseparable. Buddha nature is no better than our nature. Our nature is no worse than Buddha's nature. So that's the second reason. The third reason is so all beings has a family of Buddhas. So they talk about a different kind of families. We all has this family and sentient beings. So these three reasons, we are all sentient beings as a Buddha nature. The Dharmakaya is there as the grown part and the fruit present in everyone. So then this follow the Buddha nature is followed by ground, followed by path, followed by result. So ground, result is same. We have to recognize ground and result is inseparable. Path is recognizing. So Vajrayana teaching is followed by ground, path, and result. These three different ways to explain Vajrayana teaching. Sutra teaching is followed by the relative truth and the absolute truth. So now this is a Vajrayana teaching. That's the reason is followed by ground and path, result. Ground is a sentient beings. Path is Bodhisattvas. Result is Buddha. So we can be are in the ground, we can be in the path, we can get in the result. So result and ground has connections, inseparable actually. So that's the reason is Vajrayana teaching talk about this three is a very important section. Okay, so now tonight I think we just that's enough. Everyone very tired, including me. I'm really tired because when I got yesterday here and so last night slept, this morning wake up early and I went to Chesapeake Bay and then have a meeting there and come back and another meeting, somebody's home and they went to eat, just get home in the same time. It's 10 o'clock, get home right now here. So I'm teaching, but I'm really cannot think what I'm saying. really tired. So my brain is already blocked right now. So I hope I don't do the mistake.
No, you're okay.
Really?
Thank you, Khenpo.
Yeah, it's all right.
This morning I'm thinking about I have teaching, but then some reason this afternoon I'm never thinking about I have teaching. Totally forget. So yeah, when I get in the center and in the downstairs, I talked with someone, come here and talked, and I just come up. It's 10 and I load the phone with message there. I start saying, what is this? Okay, so any questions?
So,
Oh, sorry.
okay. So let's say you're on the first bhumi of a bodhisattva. Can you go backwards if you make mistakes? Or are you just slowly going through that?
I don't think so. You get first maybe Bodhisattva do mistake.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, okay? If you get the first maybe Bodhisattva.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
then that time is no any mistake.
Okay.
Actually the no return the path is like Yolam is called the engaging path. Engaging path, then it means like no returning back. So then engaging path, then get into the first seeing Kumi Bodhisattva. So way before that, already returning back. Okay.
Okay.
Just quickly, Khenpo, on page 55, it says, in the non-conceptual practice of Mahamudra meditation, one sustains a non-distracted, attentive awareness that recognizes but does not grasp at the arising thoughts and the mind. If we're able to get to that point in our practice where we can see that, is that effectively cutting the root of ignorance in the 12 links of interdependent or dependent arising?
Oh yeah.
Like if we can get that far in our practice, is that where we can cut out ignorance?
Oh yes. Ignorance no exist in there.
Okay. So I just have to get there. I just have to get there. And I can cut out the ignorance entirely.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Then Mahamudra said the eons, darkness house. One single lamp, like butter lamp or torch can make clear up. So that means like you get into this non-conceptual meditation state. all this darkness eons is being purified. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, then see you. We take break, right? This vacations, weekdays, vacations.
What do you
I
want to
think-
do?
I think people like to take weekend off there because
Yeah.
yeah,
Holiday.
we have
Christmas.
holiday. Yeah, we give holidays. Then come back. You know when we're ready, so send the email.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Khenpo.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good
Get some
night.
sleep. Okay. Night.
My body is not functional right now.
That's
It's
all
always-
right. I think we're in all the same boat. Okay. Night night.
All right.